Tommy Goes to the Moon.
Tommy goes to the moon.
Tommy and his friends met at the park after school.
Tommy and his friend met at the park after school.
They played near the big blue bench.
They played near the big blue bench.
It was getting dark when Kim pointed up at the sky. Look, look, she said. Look at what? Asked Tommy. The moon, of course. It's so big and bright, Kim answered. It's made of cheese, said Sam. All the others laughed. Don't be silly, Sam, chuckled Andy. Astronauts have been on the moon. They didn't say there was any cheese there. Maybe they didn't go to the right place, insisted Sam. We could find out for ourselves. RK5 could take us to the moon, said Lucy. Just then, a little voice came from Tommy's pocket. Yes, I can take you to Earth's moon, said the voice. Tommy reached into his pocket. He pulled out RK5, his little robot friend. But we can't go to the moon, said Kim. We don't have spacesuits. Do not worry, answered RK5. I can arrange your spacesuits too. What are we waiting for? Urged Tommy. Let's go to the moon. RK5 told Tommy to press E M 0 7 2 0 1 9 6 9 times 7 on the little robot's number pad. After pressing the final number, there was a flash of light and a cloud of blue smoke. When the smoke cleared, the children were no longer sitting on the big blue bench in the park. Tommy opened his eyes and looked around. He saw his friends wearing really cool spacesuits. Even his dog, Taffy, and Bongo the monkey had their own little spacesuits. Tommy waved his hands at the others. Can you hear me? He asked. He heard everyone replying, yes, I can, in his spacesuit helmet. Tommy bent down and picked up a rock. Well, Sam, laughed Tommy, these rocks sure don't feel like cheese. Sam was the first to take a step. Wow, I feel so light. I'm almost floating, she giggled. Andy leapt into the air and came down again about 10 meters away. Look at me, he laughed. I'm the long jump champion of the moon. There's not much to see here, said Kim. Just dust and rocks. I think we should go back. Tommy told everyone that they should take a look around before going back. Everyone followed Tommy as he bounced up a little hill. Turn around, everyone, asked Lucy. Look at Earth behind us. It's beautiful. It looks like a full moon, but 4 times as big. observed Andy. They were suddenly distracted by barking in their helmets. They saw Taffy barking loudly at the edge of a huge hole. "I think Taffy's found something in that crater," said Tommy. "What's a crater?" asked Sam. "Is that where the cheese is kept?" "No, silly. It's where a huge meteorite has hit the surface of the moon and has made a big hole." They all reached the edge of the crater. They looked down to see what Taffy was barking at. They were surprised to see an astronaut. He was completely still, lying on his back. "Is he dead?" asked Sam. "I'll go down there and find out," said Tommy. "It's so steep. How will you get down?" asked Kim. "We have ropes in our backpacks. We'll tie them together and you all can lower me down," said Tommy. They quickly tied together the 5 ropes. Tommy then looped the rope around his waist and tied a big knot. "I'm ready," said Tommy. "Lower me down slowly." The 4 friends did as Tommy asked, and within a few minutes, Tommy was standing over the astronaut. "He's breathing," Tommy told the others. "I think he fell over the edge of the crater and knocked himself out." Tommy untied the rope from his waist and attached it to the fallen astronaut. "Pull him up slowly," instructed Tommy. They were quite surprised that it was fairly easy to pull him up. "How come he's so light?" asked Andy. Lucy told him it was because everyone seems about 4 times lighter on the moon. They made the astronaut comfortable, then pulled Tommy back up. "Who do you think he is?" asked Kim. "His name is there on his spacesuit. Neil Armstrong," answered Tommy. "But what do we do with him now?" "Let's follow his tracks and see where he came from," suggested Lucy. "You 3 wait here. Tommy and I will see if we can find his spaceship." Tommy and Lucy set off following the tracks of Neil Armstrong from the edge of the crater. They had walked for about 10 minutes when they saw an astronaut walking toward them. The astronaut was soon standing in front of them. "Where on earth did you 2 come from?" he asked. "We did come from Earth," said Tommy, "but it's a long story. I'll explain later. You must help now. There's an injured astronaut over there. It must be Commander Armstrong. I've been searching for him," replied the astronaut. "Take me to him. By the way, my name is Buzz Aldrin." When they got back to the others, Commander Armstrong had recovered. "Hi, Buzz. These kids rescued me from the Copernicus crater. We should find some sort of reward for them."
of rewards for them.
Let's get back to the eagle and see what we can find, answered Buzz. They all followed the two astronauts to their lunar module, the Eagle. When they reached the Eagle, Commander Armstrong climbed the steps and reached inside. He brought a small box from inside the module. Commander Armstrong opened the box and handed each of the children a tube. Sam was the first to open her tube. "Guess what's in these tubes?" laughed Sam. "It's cheese." Commander Armstrong told the children to wait by the Eagle while they put a flag on a little hill. As the astronauts walked away, Tommy said to RK5, "You'd better take us back before we have a lot of explaining to do." Within seconds, the children were back in the park, looking up at the moon.